Charles, last year when we would ask Anthony Weaver about you, he would say, well, if I say anything good, it's going to go to his head. And then he would say a bunch of good things about you. Excuse me. It's obvious he has a lot of affection for you. Tell us 2 or 3 things that you have learned specifically from Anthony that has helped you for this season.
Oh, yeah, man. Really just starts off with the run game. Understanding that you can't rush the passer unless you start the run. So he definitely made that a focal point for me as far as being the guy that can play the run. So I just learned that I need to better my technique, obviously get stronger, put more weight on, and then understand that being a complete defensive lineman starts off with being a good run stopper. So that's definitely something I learned. And then that guy on your shoulder that's telling you you're tired or you can't go anymore, you got to brush that off and keep going and keep fighting because the other 10 guys on the field, they're depending on you to do your job.
Aaron Wilson.
Hey, Charles, how you doing?
What's up? Can't see you, but what's good?
Okay. Charles, when you think about some of the stuff you did this offseason, what were some of the things you did specifically to make gains as you worked out on the field and in the weight room? Did you add weight? What was some of the strategy that you went in, and where did you do a lot of your work? Was that in Austin or also here in Houston?
Most of my off-season work was in Austin and then a little bit in Dallas. But what I did to gain weight was just really just dedicate myself on my eating habits. So I ended up hiring a chef with me that goes wherever I go. So I did that and just lifting hard, man. Just understanding I have a goal. I got to reach that goal. Got to depend on me to be a certain kind of player. So that was in my mind every day I stepped in the weight room, and every day I had a session with Ware for technique work and things like that. And then just being on myself about my weight, because that's something that I have to stay. I just got to be on steadily because it can drop. So that's why I was really focused on the off season.
And a follow-up on that, Charles. What do you weigh most of the time now? What were you like as a rookie a year ago? And what are some of the favorite dishes, healthy ones that your chef will whip up for you, and maybe a cheat meal too, if you could tell us about it? Thank you.
Most of the time now, just with camp and stuff, I'm probably around like 282. I want to kind of stay between 280 and 285 for as long as I can. The food that my chef would make that I really like would be like pasta, and he's really, really good at making chicken. And then I learned that I really like broccoli a lot because I had to like eat greens and really just dedicate myself to that. And you asked something else. I forgot what the. Oh, cheat meal? A cheap meal or cheat meal? Yeah. Cheat? Oh, man, pizza all the way.
Meal, just like it's for fun.
Oh, pizza all the way. 100%. I love pizza.
Berman?
Hey, Charles. Yesterday, Jordan Akins was asked if he would consider sitting out in protest of what's been going on around the country. You're well aware of that. He said no, he wants to separate his game from politics. When he's in the building, he's a Texan, so he would not do that. How do you view that sort of stuff?
I mean, I don't want to make it about me or what I would do, but definitely the team and us coming together and making a choice on that is what is important to me and what I'll go with. So sticking with the team and us talking together as a group is where I would stand on that issue.
Sarah?
Obviously, you're always learning, but do you remember coming in as a rookie, what you learned from J.J. Watt and kind of how you've seen him help these new guys this year too?
Yeah. With Jay, it's a lot of things that when I was a rookie, I more so just kind of watched. I watched a lot of his tape, just watching him, even though I was in the game as well, but just watching him. So just a lot of pass rush stuff. Just as far as how he sets up his rushes, what he does when he's not able to get to the quarterback, just little things, because I think the biggest separation between being good and great is technique and effort. So when you watch a guy his technique as far as hand placement and his eyes and things like that in the pass rush. That is where JJ excels. So for me, I'm watching that, I'm like, if I can try and do that in my own way and make it my own thing, why can I not excel as well? And with how he works with the rookie, he just tries to push them on effort because he knows, like, they're talented. All the rookies that we have are talented, but you got to have that extra gear inside you, that extra push to go from just being a guy that was drafted in the league to being a guy that's making an impact in the league.
You talk about the technique. What kind of questions are you asking him, either on a daily basis or last year too?
More so I've been asking questions this year because we've been playing alongside each other a lot more. And it's just like timing on things, why he's doing this, or where his hands are on this move, or does he rip, does he arm over? Those have been big things for me. And then trying to translate it to my game has been the biggest kind of topics of conversations when I'm talking to him about technique.
Aaron Reese.
Hey, Charles, you mentioned working with DeMarcus Ware. I'm curious how long you've known him and how that came together and what you learned from him during this offseason.
I've been knowing D-Ware since I got drafted. We hit, like, on Instagram talk. And then when I went to Vegas last year for Von Miller's Pass Rush Summit, we really connected there. So, I mean, as far as what I've learned from him, though, just enhancing what I'm good at and don't steer away from what makes me me, and then honing in on that and making it better, because I think for me last year, a lot of things that when I missed opportunities were basically because of my technique, or trying to be somebody that I'm not. So really honed in on that and the technique wise of it, and that's what I was focused on for that month I was with him.
Brian Bearfield.
Charles, how happy are you just to be back on the field playing football? I follow you on social media, and I noticed that you had gotten a little bored throughout the offseason. You were just ready to get back on the field. So how good does it feel to be back in training camp?
It feels good. I love the competitive spirit and juices that we have out on the practice field. I love just going out there and competing with the guys and just finding ways to be better, honestly. Every day I go out there, I just think about things from the last practice that I can improve on for the next practice to be better than I was yesterday, because it's always about just getting 1% better. And if you do that and you stack on it and you're very committed and consistent on that, there should be no doubt that you should go out there when it's game time and play at your best.
John.
Charles, Ross Blacklock's in the same position you were last year going into the season. What do you think about him? And have you tried to help his adjustment to the NFL?
Ross is a very athletic player. Good hands, definitely a smart guy, understands football. And that's the first thing, is understanding at this level football, period. Because, I mean, I thought it wasn't that much of a difference coming from college to the NFL, but it is. And as far as what I've tried to help him on, just really his pass rush. I think he has the run game pretty solid. But as far as pass rush and being a 3 technique or a shade that can really affect the quarterback, that's what I've really tried to help him as well as JJ has.
Aaron Wilson.
Hey, Charles, when you guys play the Chiefs, you'll be playing Patrick Mahomes again. And how critical is it when you play a team like him, a team like theirs, to rush the passer, to disrupt him in the pocket? When you guys play them in the regular season, you made some big plays, and then you played them in the playoffs, and it wasn't as successful. What are your thoughts on the rematch with them, and in particular, just the necessity of getting after him? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, as far as just like any quarterback in the league, getting pressure on the quarterback is very effective as messing up the rhythm, the timing. I think it would be even bigger because of the fact that there's been no preseason games, and just like in every NFL practice, you can't really hit the quarterback, so you can't give him that flustering feeling. So getting to him is just as important to getting to anybody. But as far as the rematch, I mean, it's the first game of the season, big game, just like any game, and it'll be a good opportunity for us starting off the bat with this last year's Super Bowl champions. So it'll be a good test for us, a great opportunity. to show, you know what I'm saying, what the work we put in camp in the off season, how it's paid off.
We'll take 3 more. Berman.
Charles, I know you didn't really grow up here, live here not much, but you were born here. Do you still have any family in Houston?
I think I got like an uncle that lives in Missouri City, something like that. But not really. Most of my family is either in Dallas or Nigeria.
Matt.
Hey, Charles, John had mentioned earlier how Anthony Weaver has been high on you from the first day you showed up here. What about the burden of expectations now? Last year you made some impactful plays, but now they're going to be asking you to do much more. And how would you deal with that expectations that Anthony and the coaching staff has for you?
Man, I got extreme higher expectations for myself, just coming from myself than probably the coaches do. And that's how it has to be. You got to push yourself to a limit that nobody else can push you to. You have to be self-motivated, self-driven, and I have all of that to the T. So I think it's definitely something that, you know what I'm saying, I understand and I appreciate, but I mentally try to push myself every day and tell myself that you need to be better, you need to go harder, because like I said, when you're out there as an individual, you understand that everybody on the unit is dependent on you to do your job. So I definitely understand that and try and do that to my best abilities.
Last one for Brian.
Charles, do you have any advice for those college players who may lose out on the season this year due to COVID-19?
Oh boy. If that's the case, just keep your head down, keep working, honestly, because I mean, there's not much you can do about that. That's powers that are head above them. But the biggest thing is just to keep faith in everything that they do. Stay in shape, keep working, and allow, you know what I'm saying, the people above them to sort out whatever it may be that needs to be sorted out, but not to get down, not to lose focus, especially in school as well, academically as well.
Thanks, Charles.
Appreciate y'all.